surprised because I didn't think that the show was going to be so early in the event. But yeah, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome. Everybody's looking so nice. Everybody's looking so good. Jamil, I can see you in the back there, bro. Smile fast, man. Come on, come on. It's nice to be back on the stage. Last time I was here was in 2019 with Johannes hosted Divas, and I have to say that was an amazing. It was absolutely brilliant. Specifically because I was on Com that made that happen, but still, it was very nice, you know. But yeah, we've had like 2 years because of the pandemic. We couldn't do anything. There was a bit of disunity, and shukar, this year we managed to have something. And I have to say, big props to the Com for trying to bring back that unity and trying to get everyone together. So yeah. At the same time, I feel like we wouldn't be giving this Levers enough justification if we haven't spoken about the events of the past 2 years. So let's just take a step back in time quickly. It's December 31st, 2019. I remember I was sitting around a fire with some of my friends, you know, we're talking about a New Year's resolution. One of my friends said he wanted to finish his. I was like, no, shukar, well done. I'm proud of you. My other friend was talking about marriage. I wanted to smack him in the face. No, like, bro, you're 18, 19 years old. You have no business getting married. Talking to me about having babies. You are a baby, you know, just calm down. But yeah, then they turned to me, they were like, what do you want to do? So what's your New Year's resolution? I was like, I don't know, I haven't thought about it. I didn't think about it yet. But in my head, I'm like, yeah, fuck, I just want to pass myself. And then 2020 happened. I passed this up at least. But let's be honest, even before the pandemic happened, 2020 had a lot of red flags. World War III almost started. I don't know if you guys remember that. Donald Trump organized a drone strike on Iran. You guys remember that, no? Yeah. Yeah, you remember that? Yeah. It was crazy. And the president of Iran, knowing that America is one of the most military-funded countries in the world, he wasn't scared. He just took it. You know how mad that is? That's so scary. Secondly, Kanye wanted to be president. What the? That is so crazy, man. Man, he's talking about being the next Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison fighting for freedom. Kanye spent 7 years on keeping up with the Kardashians. There's levels to this thing. Come on, guys. This guy has a porn star as a wife, and his child is a accomplice. Come on. Doesn't make sense. Can you just imagine Kim Kardashian as the first lady, though? All I want is world peace. That's crazy. That's crazy. Thirdly, the third red flag that I noticed, Liverpool was top of the Premier League. What? Liverpool fans are looking at me. Look at AG. Liverpool was top of the Premier League. They actually won it that year also. And I did some research on it. And the last time the Liverpool won the Premier League was in 1985 to 1990. Do you know what other epidemic was prevalent at that time? The HIV epidemic. Which just gives credence to the theory that every time Liverpool win, there's some epidemic going on. That's just my conspiracy theory, guys. Because if you look at it now, COVID is slowly lingering away. Liverpool are 10th in the league. And balance has been restored. You know what I mean? Yeah. Then finally, COVID came. COVID just came and smacked everybody in their faces. Bah! You know, and not like one of those normal smacks. You know those smacks that your dad gives you? The one that he smacked you today, you'll still feel it tomorrow? Yeah, it's those smacks that the pain just lingers on your face. You have to have a bit off to get rid of the pain. You know what I mean? That's just wrong. I still remember the day that the university announced the closure because of COVID. I remember it was a Monday night, and we were meant, second-year pharmacy students were meant to write farm camp the next day, set by Roman Talik. And for those of you who don't know what Roman Talik is, he's a person who teaches A, B, and C in lectures. And in an exam or test, he asks you about Leonardo DiCaprio's crocodile who converted to Christianity and tried to dominate Europe. It's two different things, but he finds a way to mark it. I don't know. I really don't know. So we were frantic. We didn't know what to do. I remember my friends came to my res. They were like, I don't know don't know what we're going to do. I didn't learn. I don't know what to do. I ended up back at his dress, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Yellow Park, please. Yellow Park, please. I'll stop looking at girls, Yellow Park. Every time I walk in the road, I'll lower my gaze, please. 10 minutes later, the email comes through. Everybody is meant to go home. I was like, yes! God, that was like, I was so happy about that. I went home and read Surah Kafir quickly. But yeah, and so everybody had to go home. We went home, we put the TV on, we saw Cyril on the TV. My fellow South Africans. I love Cyril, especially. I used to watch the addresses, but mainly for that introduction. I just used to love hearing that, My fellow South Africans. I have to say, Cyril did a good job. If you think about it, he did a good job in terms of managing COVID. Because if you look at countries like America, during a time where people were meant to be social distancing and maintaining their distance, there were thousands of people protesting on the streets. I don't know if you guys remember this, because the topic of police brutality and racism came about. Do you guys remember that? Yeah. And you know what? And do you know what Donald Trump did? He put out a tweet saying, "I feel that the only way to sort all this out is to ban TikTok." I'm like, it doesn't make sense. There's no correlation there, It's like, no, trust me, I feel. But, and this was at a time where TikTok was reaching its peak. This was at a time where every single sound that came out, every single song, every single challenge was getting millions and millions of views. How many of you guys remember the sound? Me pam, su su su. Me pam, askaski. I hated that sound. I hated it. But it stayed in your head. It did. Me pam, askaski. It was crazy. It was so crazy. But yeah. But at that time, there was thousands of people protesting because they were expressing their word. They were expressing the fact that Black Lives Matter, which is understandable. But can you guys imagine the scenes if we actually banned TikTok? There'd be millions of people protesting in the street. Not protesting, they'll just be there doing random TikTok dances, but still, protesting. They'll just be there doing, free TikTok, free TikTok. You see Bella Porsche in the front just doing this. Kabi Lam in the background. Andrew Tate, what color is your Bugatti? It's blue. Okay, cool. But yeah, man, luckily he didn't end up doing that. Then back to my story. We all went home. It was nice being at home because you were waking up late, sleeping late. But then it became tedious after a while because that was the only thing you were doing, and it played an effect on you mentally. And because this was a time where JKs and mosques were closed, it messed with you spiritually as well. And then Ramadan came, and everybody had to read Tarawih at home, which was nice for those people that come to the mosque and read 8 rakats and go home quickly. Zakir? Then they call us back to uni. In the midst of, I think it was level 4, there's a deadly virus. Hundreds and thousands of people were passing away. But pharmacy students had to come back just to make cough mixture. It was crazy. I don't get it. I really don't get it. But yeah, we did that. We came back. We had online exams, which was so nice. It was so nice, man. I'll be honest, 2020, 2021, I didn't study. Google was my best friend. Yeah. But yeah, we did the exams. Everyone went home. It was December time. But then again, you can't do much. It's December time. It's COVID. Nobody's going anywhere. No one's going on a holiday. There were certain events that were closed, like the souk. Oh, I miss the souk. I don't know if you guys know, but for those of you who don't know, the souk is like a fair where you see aunties and a lot of business people come to sell their brand or their products, such as jewelry, clothes, things like that, and where all the young guys go to look for potentials also. Yeah, I miss the souk. Not just for looking for potential, but I mean, I miss the Arab guys. Because as soon as you enter the souk, what's the first thing you hear? Yalla, yalla. Come have a look, come have a look. Special price. Special price. Oh, special price? Yeah, special price, 250, but for you 300. No. I got into a fight with a guy one time. Yeah, there was this one guy that just came up. He was trying to sell his attar. There was this Pakistani guy trying to sell his attar. He was like, no, listen, bhai. I got this attar over here. I can give it to you, special price, 25 rand. I was like, no, thanks, I'm good, thanks. I don't really want it. He was like, no, just try and smell it first, and then you can take it. So he was being adamant. So I was like, let me just try it. Put it on my hand. Smells it. Smells so nice. Smelled like dish soap. Like, if I took sunlight and I rubbed it on my hand, it would have been the same thing. So rubbed it and I just gave it back to him. And this guy dropped it on the floor. And it broke. And he got angry at me. He's like, look at what you just did. You just dropped it on the floor like that. No, now you must pay me 50 rand. I'm like, what? Pay you 50 rand? 50 rand for what? Just like you told me you were saying, no, you pay me 50 rand. Otherwise, I'm going to call the cops. I got irritated. I got annoyed. He threatened to call the cops. But for some reason, that accent came out in me too. And I'm like, what do you mean I must call the cops? What? You want to call the cops for what? I'm not doing that. Why are you talking like this now? Why are you teasing me? I'm going to call the cops now. It's like, no, you bloody. Hey, have you bloody? I'm like, hey, bloody you. I just walked away. But yeah, I missed the souk. Then 2021 came about. Was the same thing, online exams. We all came back. And then they said we need to go back to sit down exams. Ish. Now I got to start studying. It was rough. And then we went back home. I remember, for those of you staying in Durban, you might have experienced a real-life purge, known as the looting. I don't know if you guys remember that. But yeah, so basically what happened was, Jacob Zuma was meant to go to jail. And as a form of retaliation, his followers started making blockages on the roads, they started looting, they started robbing. And then their excuse was they don't have money. They're hungry. I don't understand. You're hungry, but you're stealing a 70-inch TV. How does that make sense? Make it make sense, man. But yeah, but luckily that died down. And yeah, so then we came into 2022. 2022 was a rough year, I'll be honest. They say fourth year is supposed to be the easiest. AG, nah, they lied to us, bro. They lied to us, man. But yeah, which brings us back to today. You know? But yeah, it's nice to see everybody out. Shana? Huh? What do you have to say? You enjoying yourself? Having a nice time? I'll be honest, I didn't have a very good start to the day. No, because it took me a while to get into the suit, guys. You think it's easy getting into the suit? You know, it's high. It took me 20 minutes getting into the suits, guys. And then after that, I realized I had to go to the loo. So I was like, ish! I got to take it out. And you know what was even worse? I went to the loo, there was no toilet roll. Ish! So now I have to do that. You know that thing you do when you're home alone? There's no toilet roll, so you have to like a duck run, yeah. I mean, it's fine when you're at home. Then you can just call somebody and give me tissue. Be like, I'm in, please give me tissue, thank you. Done, you know? It's even worse when you're at somebody else's house, when you're at a relative's house. I remember, I think it was a year ago, we just came back from holiday from Gram. We just went out to holiday from Grahamstown. And one of my families had a family gathering, and they had catering and whatnot. Now, we staying in res. Your stomach is acclimatized to res. You know, not normal food. So when you eat normal food, things start working down here. So that's exactly what happened to me. You know, I went there, there was steak, there was chicken, I was enjoying myself, you know. Then 10 minutes later, I needed to use the loo. So I ran up, I had to go to the toilet. I didn't realize there was no toilet roll. So what's spilling the water? Now, in somebody else's house, you can't call somebody. My fear is if I call somebody, now there's so many random children running around, they're going to come in, you're going to open the door, they're going to smell it, they're going to get knocked out, I'm going to get blamed. That's my fear. Yeah, I can't. So now you just have to be there, there's just a jug. Now you just got to use water and you have to just sit there and drip dry like. You just have to wait now, you know? Wait, I thought I could speed up the process. I thought I'd shake him up. Like a tumble dryer. Somebody came knocking on the door. Hello, are you okay? Yes. Oh, that was big, guys. Oh, that was rough. But yeah, that's it for me. That's it from my side today.